Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today is is it 19 or is it 20? I think it's day 19 of switching from Nvidia to from switching from Nvidia over to AMD for the 7900 XT. Now, I I came from the I came from the I came from the 3080 10 gig when I switched over to this 7900 XT. What we're seeing right now is Remnant 2 gameplay running at 4K with Intel XeSS enabled, giving me over a 60 FPS pretty consistently through this game. Now, if I'm running this game at 1440p, the frame rate is definitely better. I do not need any upscaling whatsoever if I'm on 1440p. But when you go to 4K with ultimate settings on this game, it is absolutely freaking crushing um, on the thing. It dropped me down to the 40s. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" This game is pretty heavy. Now, I bought this game on the Xbox as well, and I was playing that. You can get a pretty stable 60 FPS experience on the Xbox as well, but man, the visual clarity and quality compared to and that, it really is night and day. Like it is significant. Like the level of detail that you get with the ultra settings on this game. Now, probably for a playthrough on this one here, I'd probably drop the settings down to high and get a little bit more of that frame rate back. But if this frame rate stays pretty consistent to like what you're seeing, I've got I'm actually uploading this whole video so that you'll be able to just watch and listen to my commentary as I do this video as well. That was actually uploaded before this, and here's the thing, man. Like if I would have still been on that 3080, if you look up there, you can see the VRAM is right there at 9508. Well, 959. Yeah, I mean it definitely keeps it's pretty close to 10 gigs of VRAM for this game at max settings. And yeah, I don't think DLSS would have really saved this one at a 60 FPS experience. I think this would have been a down. I think that I would be running this. I mean, I bet that 3080 would have been okay at 1440p for this game. I definitely think this one here would have been a decent game at 1440p. But to be able to run this now and not really have to worry too much about what my settings are, because I believe that the 1440p mode was over 100 frames a second or something. So I was like, whoa, this is good. So I've been noticing that like this game here, not even that big of a stuttering problem, like nothing at all. This one has been very smooth. It's worked right out of the gate, right from the moment I loaded into it and started playing. I've been recording the footage pretty much on all of it. So it's one of those things where like this game is just working. I'm not having to deal with no stutter struggle or any of that kind of stuff. Like the textures load in nice, everything. This is such a I feel like I made such a good decision. I just kind of feel like that 30 like I just kind of feel like the 30 series was what was a bad. Well, no, I mean, if you look at it this way, you've got the 30 series, which actually had pretty decent uh, bit bus rates for their cards, and then the 40 series is not that great on that. But then you also had the 30 series not having the VRAM, whereas the 40 series, like the 4070 Ti and 4070 cards coming with 12 gigs of VRAM, which is pretty much where they should have been. Anybody that bought a 30 series card now, I'm really starting to feel very bad for that situation, just because of the fact that, like, from what I gather, from what I've heard from a lot of people in the PC space now, is that they don't like to upgrade. They don't like to upgrade very often. They want to be able to be good for a few years. They want to buy a card, they want to take it 4, 5, 6 years. They want to just pretty much upgrade their card to run with the consoles. And I feel like that's getting so much. I feel like that's hard. Like nobody really knew what the outcome of Unreal Engine 5 and all of this stuff was actually going to be. Like nobody knew. I mean, I'm pretty sure Nvidia knew, obviously, but they wanted more money, so they were like, yeah, let's just go ahead and skimp out on the VRAM. I mean, you'll be able to play these games, obviously. Kind of wish I would have kept that 3080 just so I could have seen, the 1440p performance that I would have got out of this. Because this game does pretty much seem pretty, sorry. This game does seem pretty balanced and pretty, what's it called? Optimized. Like this feels pretty goodly optimized. So I feel like that 3080 should have been able to do a pretty decent job at this. Maybe at 1440p. I feel like it would be I feel like this would still be a 1440p high quality experience with that 3080. I feel like you would be over 60 frames with DLSS. So I feel like you would be able to get your money's worth, but when it comes down to it, like I do appreciate being able to not necessarily have to use that for 1440p at all. I'm not really too big on the whole having to use upscalers and everything when you spend upwards of $700 for a graphics card. Like you shouldn't have to use that, especially for resolutions that are under 4K. 4K in this case, man, like I'm not even gonna lie, I am a little bit irritated that I have to use that, but I mean, this is like the actual first Unreal Engine game that's third person, camera. I've got my field of view completely maxed out. The visuals on this just absolutely look incredible. So I mean, it's something that, as a new PC gamer and as somebody that's been playing games for a long time and always on console and always having to find a way to justify what's going on with that. um it's easier to justify this because I get a solid 1440p experience without having to use upscalers, but I'm also still getting a decent experience by using XESS, and I'm so grateful that actually works on this card, because XESS, to be completely honest, is a lot closer to DLSS than FSR is in this game, in this particular experience. Well, I don't know how. I don't have an Nvidia card, so I can't really say closer to that. But I was noticing that, like with FSR, I did try FSR, and you do get um, a little bit more of an unstable pixel in the distance, and it's the same way on Xbox. So I'm pretty sure that's what it's using over there as well. So when I started playing this and I started getting into this, I was um, I was feeling like. I was feeling like, ooh man, I don't know about that FSR, man. Like I'm not 100% sold on that just yet. I'm more at the point where I'm like, man, I just want a visual experience and my card to be able to do that. And as you can see, this card is running this fairly well. So as soon as this video kind of ends, I will have my webcam come back on, and then we'll keep talking about this, because day 19 has been an interesting one for me. I went ahead and I picked up Modern Warfare 2 today, and I was playing that. I did a video for Battlefield 2042, and I'm looking at like the overall experience out of all of these games, and to be completely honest, if this is the range that I could expect out of this card for the rest of this console generation, I think I would be mostly satisfied with that. But I guarantee you I'm going to get to a point where I'm actually going to want to see, like I don't know. I mean, this obviously feels good playing this at this frame rate. So I'm not too worried about it, and I do get a solid 1440p experience. So it basically is what I'm saying is I kind of feel like I found that experience. Like I feel like I found my 1440p experience with this card. And it does allow me to still do 4K and be able to have a playable experience at 4K while using that upscaler. Now that's kind of the experience that I wanted the 3080 to provide me this generation. That's what I wanted. I'm kind of irritated that I had to upgrade just to get that experience, but at the end of the day, now I don't have to worry about VRAM. I don't have to worry about, most of that stuff. And I feel like overall, my experience playing on this, when you're going up right here, look, there's this floor right here. I wish I would have jumped off there so that I could have went and explored. But I guess I can kind of get back in there because once I go out this door, it kind of like opens like a pathway or something. This game is absolutely awesome, man. I freaking am very happy with this. It is definitely a challenging experience. I'm not even gonna lie, this was pretty challenging. So I was like, whoo, boy. But as soon as as soon as it gets over here to this part, we'll just run through here and get back out to the foyer area, and I'll switch over to my webcam. Oh gosh, this game is such a monster. But yeah, so I went back over here and I was like, okay, I gotta do this. So all right, let's go ahead and get back out here. All right. I absolutely freaking love this game. I love this card. This card so far has been very, very awesome. Oh, what's that? Screen capture. I'll just go ahead and click that off. But okay, this card is absolutely incredible. I feel really good about this purchase now, especially after playing a new game that wasn't out prior to me picking this card up. This game right here, what this actually means for me is this kind of solidifies the experience that I wasn't getting with the 3080. Once the when I was playing around, and this has to go with like the whole honeymoon phase, okay? So with the 3080, that experience was incredible. Everything I was throwing at it um prior to like the new games coming out, it was great. Like it ran fine. I didn't start seeing a problem until we started seeing new games come out for it. And that's when I was starting to be like, "Oh my gosh, man, this is not like I'm finding myself kind of disappointed frequently." And this one is one of those ones that comes out, like this game comes out and it's how do you say this? This one here is performing well and giving me a baseline experience of what I've already been getting. Like I feel like the baseline is pretty close to, like games like Hogwarts Legacy and The Last of Us. All of those games that I had and that I was playing, I would say that this experience is pretty consistent with those after getting the 7900 XT. So I kind of feel like I found that card that is that perfect, not perfect, but it is that, it gives me that experience that I thought I should have had with that 3080 card. And this is delivering that consistently across the board now. And I feel pretty good about what this card has brought to the table. So that's day 19, man. Like this is awesome. I still got some other stuff to try. Today has just been I woke up and I bought the Flash movie and I bought, Shazam Fury of the Gods. So I sat and I watched both of those. I played a bunch of games, made some videos earlier today, and then I took a nap for a couple hours, and then I woke up and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and pick up Remnant from the Ashes on the PC version. I'm gonna try that and I'm gonna put some videos out because I'm gonna tell you what, I'm gonna tell you this right now too, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. I bought it on the Xbox and the PC very very first, and I refunded it on the PC. Um, because after playing on the Xbox, I was just like, man, I don't know if this is a game that I'm gonna stick with. I don't know if this is something that I'm gonna continue to play, but I just decided, I was like, you know what, man? I just bought this card. I need to test it. I need to test it on a new game. I found out that this one here is running on Unreal Engine 5, so I was like, all right, let's do that. Let's test that game. We're going to be testing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart next week but I wanted to test this one as well and be able to get that out. I do kind of feel like my playthrough on this is going to be on the PC version. I'm going to try to play all day tomorrow and keep playing tonight and just kind of explore everything. I want to be able to try to get into some multiplayer because I think this game is going to be very fun with friends. I probably will end up doing that on the Xbox version, but I feel like this one here, if I could find some people on PC that want to play too, I would definitely be willing to play it with them on here so that we can make some more content for that. But Remnant 2 is cool. This is something that I'm going to stick with. I did not stick with the first game. I played it for a while, and me and my friends, we played that for a little while, and then we just kind of moved on to other stuff pretty quickly, and I felt kind of bad about that. I think probably I kind of moved on a little bit quicker than they did. I think they might have stayed with it for a few more hours, but I just started playing some other stuff, and I, I'll tell you. Let me tell you why. This is stupid too. You're gonna laugh. I didn't really care much for the whole um what's it called, the the uh the generated worlds, like how it like generated stuff. I wanted to be able to go through the game and like experience things the same way that everybody else would or something. But I don't know, it was kind of a dumb reason. I just was like, nah, I'm not feeling this. I was still in my little pony phase where I was like, oh, I mean, it's not a quality game, it's not a AAA banger. It's just stupid stuff, man, from back then. So but I'm feeling a lot better about this game. This game actually looks absolutely incredible. I did play a little bit of Remnant, before I ended up buying the second game because I was like, I don't really want to waste my money on something that I might not play. So I'm glad I played that because it does feel a lot better on Xbox Series X at 60 frames a second now, and it looks incredible. So if you guys haven't played that one, now it's definitely time to go back and pick that one up and play that as well. So, all right, man, thanks for coming and watching day 19. I really appreciate this. If these videos keep hitting over 1,000 views, then I'm just gonna keep doing them until they peter out, until they stop doing it. I know there's some people that appreciate it. I know there's some people that are like, dude, you're already milking it, and man, I'm a content creator, man. What would you rather have me do when it comes to that? What would you rather have me do? Would you rather me regurgitate the same thing that every other content creator does, or would you rather me stick with this because it's something that I'm having fun with. I'm feeling good about it. I I want to do it. It's something that I'm actively like interested in now, and I'm like, whoa, man, this is cool, man. Like I can continue to create content on something that I have, or I can just be like every other YouTuber and keep creating nonsense that everybody else talks about. I mean, would you rather me do this or be talking about PS5 Pro? You be the decision. You make the decision, man. PS5 Pro is that nonsense, or would you want me to talk about the Activision deal, or just other freaking like console war nonsense, or just because I mean, like, I get to make content for Remnant 2 and the 7900 XT, and I get to tell people about the experience because there are still a lot of people out there on Nvidia graphics cards that felt like I did, man. And I've only been a PC gamer for 2 years. I guarantee there are other people out there that feel like, man, I'm sick and tired of Nvidia ripping me off and making me pay high prices because I want better stuff, but I don't want to pay, but I can't afford to pay that. Well, AMD will give me that. But oh my gosh, man, everybody says the drivers suck and everything's bad with the card and it doesn't work right. There's a lot of people out there that need this information. So I will keep creating it. As long as we're getting over 1,000 views a day on this, I'm fine with that. That's incredible. If 1,000 people are still watching this, that's awesome, man. That is freaking awesome. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Every subscription helps. It definitely helps this channel grow. I can reach more people. I can do more things with that. And hit that like button. Let people know that these are good videos. Let them know that these are fun to watch, and share them. Do what you can to help if you really find this information helpful. So, all right, my friends, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys later.